Well, here's a video I'm making, just trying to be as genuine as I possibly can. Um, I've been trying to figure out what am I going to make as far as content. If I'm going to be a content creator, which is like my dream, well, it's more like a necessity because I'm pretty much useless at everything else. Uh, I mean, that's a bit harsh, but you know what I mean. Um, Essentially, I stumbled upon this idea that has been floating around the ethosphere for quite some time now. It's, I forget the guy's name, but he's the head of Patreon. Again, off the cuff. I could, find out the information later and leave it in the description, but I'm fairly certain that if you're online or on YouTube that you would understand what Patreon is and what I'm talking about. He said that 1,000 fans, 1,000 diehard fans, let's say they were to be on your Patreon, spending $5 to $10 a month, ideally 10, and I'm in Canada, so that's Canadian dollars. So that's like 1,000, $1 is like 1,000 US dollars or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not math illiterate. So, anyways, essentially, what am I saying? If you get enough people, it could be a small group of people, which essentially, it's like your group of friends. You're not going to make a million friends in your life, or, and if you do, you make that many friends, they're not all going to be essentially connecting with you much like a good friend, or like, in a way that is worthwhile, because you have to spend time with people in order to understand them on a deeper level. So if you find like your people, if you find the select few people, which out of what are we at, 20 billion people, something like that, 30 trillion, whatever, on Earth, if you find at least 1,000 people, which it's probably, it actually probably sounds easy, but just keep working at it. If you find those people, essentially you're set. You've got a decent wage, you've got a decent lifestyle, but you have to do some preliminary work as far as that goes, because it's not just going to fall out of nowhere. You can't just walk into a crowd of random people and say, I need 1,000 people to like me or what I do. You have to, first of all, you have to know your message. You have to understand, what am I trying to achieve? What do I want to give to the world? Might even be a more accurate question to ask. And one of the best things you can do is to determine what speaks to me. What speaks to me? What are the things that I love in this world? And I feel it on such a deep level that it brings a tear to my eye sometimes when I think about it, like a certain type of music, movie, media, things that people connect over, politics. I try to stay away from that myself, but, things that bring passion out in your life, things that you have followed for a long time. Odds are, you pay attention to those things, and you put your honest, best self and all of your interests, even if it seems like, who's gonna like this? Who likes me to the extent that I like these topics or subjects? Essentially, there's going to be tons of people out there that are going to like what you like, and like you for what you like, for who you are. You're going to hear this a million times over, but if you try to make content that you think other people will like, other people will know that, they'll smell that, like a crocodile smelling a zebra out there on the savannah, and they'll essentially, I guess that's a bad example, because they'll kind of go away rather than sink their teeth into your content. Although I wouldn't want someone to, alligator death roll my content. Anyways. So, besides that, I think if you are able to find just what drives you, what helps you, if you can wake up and get out of bed at a reasonable hour. I'm not that kind of guy, but if you can, what makes you do that? And what, when you are feeling enthusiastic, what are your number one things that you would say describe you and what you like as a person? If you can make content, even if it seems silly, like, I don't know why, but there's a trend on YouTube. It's like people that they have a reasonably big following, and they have people that love their content and are putting a lot of positive comments on all of their stuff, and they're like, hey guys, do you think I should do this thing that I really want to do, that I really feel passionate about? Do you think you guys will like me if I do this? Just fucking do it. Sorry for swearing, YouTube. I can't censor that. It would defeat the purpose of my authenticity. Anyways, just do what you like. The people that you want around you, the people that will celebrate you as a human being, aren't going to care whether or not, you know, you make some content that they're slightly not interested in or they don't find engaging. Because, you know, you want to have people around you in your comment section. You want to have your community to be a representative of yourself. When people say to themselves, oh, I love so-and-so because their community is so great, or I like them, but their community is trash. Like, who do you want to be in that? I'd say I'd want my community, even if it's small, tight-knit, doesn't really make huge waves on the internet, I want them to be people that I respect. And if I try to tailor my content to the numbers, to the algorithm, essentially it's just not going to work out in my benefit, because it's such a wide berth of people. And I'm doing this thing where I'm doing shotgun blast kind of, oh, will this work? Will this get my numbers up? Will this make me money, basically? And when you do that, of course, you're going to look for those things that are going to be the viral hit. They're going to be like, oh, this is popular. But are you selling yourself for that? Are you not being authentic and giving people the true part of yourself that you feel is best representative of who you are? Or are you just trying to go for those clicks, those click-through impression, blah, 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 all that stuff? Yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling a lot, but that's what I do. If you like rambling, we can ramble together. Come on. You know, like, rambling is good sometimes. You got to get it off your chest. I've been waiting for this moment. I know that you, as people who are watching this video, you probably are in the same boat. I can smell it. Like a Furby who smells the opportunity for spiritual possession. You know that you're waiting. You're waiting for that time when you say, oh, now I have the perfect idea. Now I have the perfect solution to my problems. Now I can finally make content. Now that I know everything in the universe. It's not going to work that way. And again, if you are someone on this planet who has interests, who's not, you know, I don't know, an oblivion NPC. And I use that word lightly because I don't think people are NPCs. I just think that people are just judgmental pricks sometimes, and that they, you know, want to cast other people's passions off as being generic or basic because blah, 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 I'm special, look at me, whatever. Okay, so I have to give some form of advice that is solid and perfect in this video, or else my content is worthless. No, you know, like, just have fun. If you are enthusiastic, like I'm enthusiastic, I don't know why this is coming over me, because like over this past, I don't know how long, a couple years, I've only been on YouTube for a couple years, but I've been making music for a long time, over 12, and this whole time, I've been tight-assed, because I think, oh, yeah, my stuff's not good enough, I'm not good enough, my message isn't good enough. But now I'm thinking, like, it doesn't matter if it's good enough or not. I can't change who I am. I can, but I can't change what I find important. If I find it important, it's for a reason, right? So instead of like being counterintuitive and working against my own existence, my own love of the world, if I love cats, why would I want to make content about business and administration? Work to my strengths. And luckily, the things that most people find very interesting and admirable, they're going to have a large audience of people who like those same things. And if you can find those people, and if you can have passion, and you can have authentic joy in the world, then that's great. Now let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have been in the pits. I have schizoaffective disorder, and I hate it when people... I know that every single person that says schizoaffective disorder, they stumble over that part with this. It sounds like schizoaffective. It's like there's a... I don't know. Anyways, maybe that's only my problem. Anyways, people are going to hear it now. So I have mental health struggles that really have the opportunity to get me down, but I also in turn have the opportunity to turn it around. I've been depressed and kind of like dejected, up and down, hopeless one moment, imposter syndrome, all this stuff. And then to the next, I'm like, whoa, this is going to be the best thing ever. I have to try something. But essentially at the end of the day, which is kind of a catch-all term that, is a shorthand for not saying anything, it's up to me. It's up to me. I gotta turn it around. I gotta make sense, hopefully, and give people hope. I'm turning it around in the respect of my life and thinking to myself, if I'm looking for hope, if I'm looking for inspiration, then perhaps I might never find it, because the inspiration I'm looking for may not be essential, or maybe I'm a perfectionist and I'm thinking that it's not good enough or whatever. It's not that kernel of nugget. It's not the final piece of the puzzle that I need to fit into place that essentially it's going to make everything easy. It's not going to be easy unless you figure out that, like all the Disney movies and like animated fairy tales, all that, they always say at the end, whatever, it was like, this is a weird example, but the magic was always within you. You always had the power. It was always within you. If you understand the most valuable part of any part of your existence in this world is what you find important, your values, your passions, your joys, if you can just really feel the passion, if you can just say to yourself, I don't care to try to mold my passions into what I see other people's passions as. Other people can be passionate about other things, which is beautiful. It's great when people feel enjoyment for their life and for what they do. But if I compare myself to them and I think, like, why don't I find that enjoyable? Why am I not as good as them in said topic or practice? You'll always look away from yourself. You'll always, like, be missing the mark, essentially, and not utilizing your best strengths. You know what I mean? Anyways. I'm a Midnight Bandit. My name's Jared. I make content now. Now, essentially, this is going to be one of those moments in my life where I turn it around. My goal is to reach an audience who likes the same stuff I do. And if I can talk about the stuff that I like with passion, then it's more likely that I'll find the people who are into those things and who would most likely, join me on my journey. I have mental health struggles. I didn't say I also have ADHD. I've dealt with homelessness, like on the streets. I wasn't couch hopping or whatever they say, couch surfing. Like I had to sleep on the streets, which was way too cold because I'm in Canada and I couldn't sleep. So I have to walk around all for nights and nights on end. Yeah, I got into a lot of horrible stuff. I've had my struggles, but I've gotten out of that. I've been able to work towards fine tuning my creativity, and essentially, when I'm done with this, I want to be able to raise as much funds to help support mental health causes in my community and hopefully the world at large. I'm not going to put a cap on my ability to reach the world. So, how am I going to do that? By being me and by putting unapologetically what I like out there into the ethosphere. It's the second time I've used that word, and it's not even a real word. Anyways, I hope you all have a great day. And if you really enjoyed this content, my spiel, and you think I'm handsome and funny and smart, please subscribe and press the like, but don't press the bell notification. That will distract you from your true cause. Okay. I know you know what I mean. Anyways, goodbye. ADHD Captain, salute, over.